Hi, welcome back to the channel. Monica Louv here at The Love Messages. So today we will be doing your reading for the first week of May. Now this is going to be a general reading, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If it does resonate with you, there will be links in the description box if you would like to have a private reading with me. All the details for that will be linked below, okay? So Gemini, in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at past, present, and future for you. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Okay, Gemini, the first week of May, your challenge, yes, the Magician, okay? And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Cups, okay? So the Three of Cups is possibly what you don't see coming, celebration, coming together with friends, maybe seeing somebody here that you haven't seen for quite some time. This could also indicate you coming back together with someone, possibly seeing somebody that you haven't seen for a long time. We're gonna find out as we get into your reading what is taking place at this time, okay? Now, the Magician, which is a big part of your challenge, has a lot to do with what you're manifesting, what you're creating in your life, okay? So this could be happening in a number of ways for you. We're going to clarify the Magician. We're going to see why it's your challenge in a moment, okay? Now, in the recent past, Gemini, you have the King of Cups, you have the King of Swords, and you have the Seven of Wands, okay? So in the recent past, I do feel that you had a very strong connection with a specific person. I feel like this person you were dealing with in the past could have been very emotional in some way, shape, or form. They could have had sun, moon, or rising water sign here, okay, in the past. And I feel very strongly that you and this person in the past had very different visions, okay? Different ideals, different ways of looking at things and doing things. And I do feel that you and this person were really attracted to one another here in the past because you were so different on so many levels. I do feel in the past, this connection, it took a lot of work. It took a lot of, things came up here in the past that really challenged you in the past with this connection that you were involved in. We're going to find out more about this when we clarify in a moment. Now, in the present moment, Gemini, you have the Nine of Swords, you have the Page of Cups, and you have the Ace of Swords. So in the present moment, there's a bit of this uncertainty that you're facing. And the uncertainty that you may be facing at this time could have a lot to do with worrying about certain things that are outside of your control, anxiety, stress, fear. I think one of the things that really is bothering you, and this is very specific, it's not going to resonate with all of you. Some of you are worried that you're never going to gain clarity on a specific situation that you've really been questioning in your life. There's something here that you've been you want answers, you want clarity, you want to know what's going on here. The Page of Cups is a card, there's two energies here. It could be a card of flirtation, or it could be a card of forgiveness, healing, reconciliation type of energy, okay? There could be children involved in this. Maybe you have children, you're worried about them. That could also be the case too. But nonetheless, there's something here in the present moment, Gemini, that essentially you want to gain clarity on the situation. You don't want it to worry you anymore because it is bothering you. There's something here that's bothering you in the present moment. We're going to talk more about that when we clarify. Now, in the near future for you, Gemini, you have the Four of Swords, you have the Knight of Swords, and you have the Hermit, okay? So essentially in the near future, what I am getting here is there's a very strong energy here of taking action towards something, okay? It's almost as if you're reflecting on a specific situation. And I feel a lot of you in the near future, there's a strong energy here of healing, resting, taking care of yourself. Self-care is going to be so important for you, especially as we enter into the final weeks of May. Now, this is the first week of May reading for you, but anything that happens this first week is really going to be essentially connected to what is happening in the weeks ahead. Okay. So for many of you, there's something here that you've wanted to take action on for quite some time, Perhaps this situation that you're taking action on has a lot to do with your health, your well-being, reflecting. A lot of you are doing this reflection. And the reason why this is happening by the end of May, the end of the first week of May, closer to the 6th or the 7th of May, is because a lot of you right now, especially if you're a rising Gemini, you have the sun in your 12th house, okay? And the sun in the 12th house is a reflective house. It is a house that is very hidden. It's hidden from everything and everyone. So a lot of you have things in your life that are happening behind the scenes that are very personal for you. And the things that you're going through have been really heavy on a lot of you, especially in the present moment. But in the near future, you're reflecting on something. And we're going to talk about what you're reflecting on. As well, you have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is a healing energy. This is about taking care of yourself, your health, your well-being. Self-care is paramount to you in the first week, especially at the end of the first week. 6th, 7th of May is going to be huge for you, okay? After you go through this reflecting phase and this healing phase and working on yourself and really getting back in tune with yourself, Gemini, you start to take action towards something. Why? Because you have more confidence after putting that effort and energy into yourself, okay? And this leads to the Three of Cups and the Chariot after possibly a Tower moment. Maybe many of you are getting over a breakup that you recently went through, and this is why you are heavily taking care of yourself. You're moving forward. Okay, so what you don't see coming is you're moving forward, you're rejoicing, you're happy, you are seeing friends that you haven't seen for quite some time. Some of you are seeing somebody that you really love that you haven't seen for quite some time. So let's get into your reading. Let's do some clarification and let's see what is going on for you. Now, this is a new deck, so it's a little bit stiff, but we're gonna make it work, okay? Ooh, okay, so we're gonna start off with your challenge. I'm gonna clarify your challenge. We're gonna see what's taking place for you. Ooh. So your challenge is the Magician. And the Magician is all about our capabilities that are connected to our higher self. It is about taking our power back. It is about recognizing the strength that we have within ourselves to create the things around us. This is what the Magician is. The Magician is someone who's working alone. Okay, so your challenge here is to learn how to harness your energy, your power as a magician to create the things that you want in this reality. You have free will, okay? You have free will. You can choose how you live your life, how you do certain things in your life. So it may be challenging for you at this time, Gemini, to harness your power because of maybe perhaps something that you've gone through. We're going to clarify. You have the Tower. Yeah, that's the first card that came out, the Tower. Yes, yes. So many of you are still getting over something in your life that really affected you on a deep level. You have the Queen of Wands. Perhaps there's a fire sign involved in this, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, that you were dealing with this Tower moment. And you have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so many of you were dealing with somebody here who played you. They literally played you. And you were really taken aback by this person because you may have felt that at one point things were really great with you and this person. Things were cozy, great. Maybe you sat by the fire, you enjoyed, time together, really. And the Tower is here. So I think a lot of you are recognizing and realizing that after all of this, after this is said and done, what you're learning on a deep level is how to rebuild your life. Not only rebuilding yourself and the confidence that you have within yourself, but rebuilding your life and restructuring your life. So this is what the first week of May is all about for you. The first week of May is really about restructuring, rebuilding your life. And some of you, I have to say this, some of you were dealing with someone who's a player. They were just in and out of your life, inconsistent with you, really made you question the confidence within yourself. And that's something that you're rebuilding again, because remember, the Magician is an energy of confidence, okay? When you look at the Magician knows exactly what they want. They know exactly what they want. And the figure 8 above the Magician's head is that energy of consistency. So having the consistent energy and believing that you are the Magician and that you are creating your reality is going to be paramount, okay? So your biggest challenge here is to rebuild your life after somebody played you, I don't like to say that lightly. And I usually don't mention that unless I really strongly feel that there is that player energy there. The Knight of Wands is a player energy. We, of course, see that with the cat, how this person is dangling this toy in front of the cat, and the cat is going for it, is jumping for it, right? So a lot of you were promised something and this person didn't deliver. And now it's time to build your confidence again and rebuild your life. And that's where you're at right now. Okay. All right. So let's clarify the recent past. Okay, all right, so bottom of the deck, you have the Fool. So in the recent past, there was some form of a new beginning that happened for you. Now, let's start off with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and this lovely card here that doesn't have anything on it. By the way, I just want to mention this, and this is just my extra 2 cents in the reading. I really don't like when tarot creators do this. Guys, don't do this anymore. Just put the words on the card, please. Make my job easier, make my life easier, please, okay? Send that message to whoever makes these tarot decks. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about the recent past. So in the recent past, King of Cups, somebody here was super emotional, but I feel in the past, somebody here also had a lot of love for you. Okay. There was a lot of emotional bonding, love here. King of Pentacles, there was a lot of stability here in the past as well. Queen of Pentacles, lots of stability, very strong connection here in the past, lots of emotions. And there was a lot of creation here. That's what I'm getting with this card. There was a lot of this creating, enjoying life here in the past. So what happened? What happened? Well, you have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is you. I feel like this is your energy coming in. We have the Temperance, the Devil, and the Knight of Pentacles. There's something here in the past, Gemini, that was very unhealthy that you were engaging in, okay? The Devil and the Temperance. And I think a lot of you recognized in the past about this unhealthy situation. You recognized it, you saw it for what it was, and you may have said to yourself, you know what, this is really toxic. I really got to get serious about my life. Okay. So a lot of you in the past started to get really serious about your life here in the past. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. It took you some time to get it together in the past. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. It took you some time to get it together, but you ended up realizing and recognizing something here that needed to change in your life that was unhealthy. Now you also have the Seven of Wands, and I feel like this is where it gets really interesting for you in the past. That is clarified by the Ace of Wands, the World, and you have this lovely, beautiful card that says May on it. Look at that. It says May. Interesting. So something happened in the past that is creating what is currently happening in your life. And a lot of you, it's really important that you look back on the past to really recognize why you're where you're at right now in life. Because there's a reason why you're where you're at right now in life. So I feel in the recent past, something was really passionate. It started off as a lot of physical attraction, lots of planning for the future, lots of this energy of just really enjoying this new beginning, going for it, really chasing this new beginning and saying, wow, I'm excited. I'm going to embark on this new beginning. And then what happened here was it's almost like someone devoured you here in the past. And this is where it started to get really interesting for you and this person, because to keep up with this situation, it took a lot from you. It took a lot of your energy. It took a lot of your time. And I feel like there was so much of this needing to constantly keep up with something. And really, it just may have started to become really draining for some of you here in the past. Some of you made plans in the past for this current moment, and they may have not materialized. That could have also been the case as well too. But nonetheless, something here started off very quickly. It started to become very toxic, or you started to be affected by the situation on a very deep level. And as a result of that, it ended. Okay, it ended abruptly. I feel January was a month where things started to get really intense for you. Also, November of last year, there's something here about things getting really intense for you in the past. Okay, and that's why something here needed to end, because it wasn't healthy for you in the past. Okay, so essentially, there was a new beginning, and as quick as the new beginning started, it came to an end, okay? So let's talk about the present moment. Now, in the present moment, you're worried about something. You're worried about something. Something here is bothering you, possibly, maybe, something like that. Okay, let's see. These cards, by the way, have no words on them, which, by the way, I don't like to purchase or use cards that don't have words on them. I don't have time to read a booklet for like 5 hours, okay? So I'm probably not gonna use this deck ever again, but I'm gonna wing it and I'm gonna use my intuition in this reading. So let's talk about your energy at the top of the reading. And at the top of the reading, you have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is very much connected to worry, stress, fear, having a hard time sleeping at night. I feel like you're not talking to somebody right now in the present moment. You've ultimately either you've turned your back on this person or they've turned their back on you. I have to tell you right now how I really feel about these cards in the present moment. Somebody here has been really hard to deal with. That's what I'm getting. Somebody's been really difficult to deal with. And this is why you've either turned your back on this person or they've turned their back on you. I think what you're worried about right now, essentially, Gemini, is trying to determine if you're ever going to gain clarity from this person about what happened and if there's ever going to be any forgiveness or healing when it comes to this situation. So ultimately, right now, this is what's worrying you in the present moment. Now, you also have the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups we have clarified by this card, a cat who's about to devour sardines. Yes. We have this cat that has a ribbon, a bow tie, and is eating a heart. Okay. And we also have a cat that is trying to get treats out of a little mechanism here that I guess makes cats play. What I feel right now, some of you feel alone. I'm getting a strong energy of feeling alone, doing things alone, eating alone, playing alone, shopping alone, doing your thing alone. And a lot of you are waiting for this person to apologize. You're waiting for this person to communicate, to talk, to bring forth some form of forgiveness or understanding here. That's what you're waiting for. A lot of you are doing things on your own and by yourself. And this is what's causing you a lot of anxiety and stress. Now, you have the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is that energy of wanting clarity. You want clarity. You want to know what's happening, what's going on, what's taking place. Now, we have the Ace of Swords here again, and I don't think that's a coincidence here. It's here twice. So essentially right now, the energy in the present moment is about getting clear on something here that's been affecting you on a deep level. What is really happening for many of you in the present moment, what I really strongly feel is you oscillate. Okay, what does that mean by oscillate? These two cards are quite interesting. And, you know, one of the things that I like to do in my tarot readings, I really like to get deep into the symbology. And I've been talking about that lately on the channel, that in order for you to truly understand and get clear on something, you need to look at the signs around you. Okay. The number 910 is on the clock. So I recommend for you, Gemini, your important angel number for this week is 910. So if somebody can look up what 910 means, comment it below. I will pin it to the comment section below. I will, of course, like your comment. So the first person who can do that, or whoever the first person is that I see, I will pin it. So what does 910 mean for you in angel numbers? I do feel there's a very important message here that you need to hear, okay? Now, in the present moment, these two cards, like I said, they are screaming symbology at me. And I think it's not a coincidence that I picked up cards, because I never pick up cards without sayings on them. Never, 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 never. But there's a reason why I've done that. And I've done that because there's an important message for you in the cards. Now, your important message is this. Your important message here is that you're oscillating right now. What does the word oscillate mean? It means to go back and forth. It's like a fan. When a fan goes like this, back and forth, or a pendulum goes back and forth. So at times you are very happy. You are very comfortable within yourself. You're in this beautiful energy. And at other times you're just drained. Your energy just is zapped like that. And it has a lot to do with the fact that something here hasn't been closed out for you. You haven't really gained clarity on something. And this is also what the checkered board means here. this white and black energy. This is you oscillating, going back and forth. So at times things are great and at other times they're not. And it's because you still need to gain clarity from this situation that happened between you and this person where there really wasn't essentially any closure. Okay. And this is why at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming in the present moment is the strength. You are learning to have strength to overcome the challenges that you face in the present moment. Okay. One of the things that you also need to recognize is Jupiter is currently in your sign. Jupiter will exit your sign at the end of June. So now is the time to harness as much opportunities as you have, because once Jupiter leaves your sign, that's it. It moves into your second house if you're a rising Gemini, which is a good thing, because it will improve your finances. Okay. So always look up your rising sign, because your rising sign is going to be essential to really connecting with the details. Okay. So let's clarify the near future. Okay. So in the near future, you have the Four of Swords. Okay. Which is clarified by, you have this beautiful cat that has a bunch of food, bowls of food. You have the Hangman. And you have the Death. So in the near future, what is transforming and changing for you is this energy of feeling alone. Okay. So if you've been feeling alone, if you've been feeling like your life really has gone through this stage of, it's almost as if your life in the near future goes through a stage of transformation because the Death is here. And in the near future, even though there's this waiting game, because there is a waiting game here, a lot of you are waiting, particularly for something. You have the Hangman here as well. So in the near future, what is really transforming and changing is the fact that, one, you're going to realize how much you need to change as a person. You're going to be going through major changes in the near future, especially when the sun enters into your sign, which is going to happen at the very end of May. But this first week is preparing you for your birthday month. So really recouping, resting, healing, not going crazy, just resting, recouping, healing, and really just hanging out during this time of transformation. Now, the cat here with a bunch of food bowls, I do feel that you have options here. I feel like that's the this is the seven of cups. That's what it looks like to me. So you have options here in the near future. So what is coming to an end is confusion, uncertainty, this waiting game, that's all coming to an end. And during this time of waiting, because there is a period where you're going to be doing a lot of waiting, it is recommended that you work on yourself. Some of you are already doing this and it means you're on the right track. When I tell you something that you're already doing or you've already done, it means that you've already tapped into what you need to do. That means you're listening to your intuition, you're listening to your inner voice, and you're doing that work that you need to do on yourself, right? So in the near future, you're doing a lot of healing and you're going through a transformation, and it's really important that you're patient with yourself. You're also going to be doing a lot of reflecting here in the near future because the Hermit is here. So you're doing a lot of reevaluation, reflecting on your life. And some of you just feel like being alone in the near future. You may say, you know what, I just want to be on my own. I want to focus on myself, work on myself. You have the Lovers, you have the Knight of Swords, and you have this cat that's really jumping in the leaves here, jumping for joy. So a lot of you are having fun with yourself here in the near future. And what you're going to realize, which is so beautiful, this is something that you're going to realize that is so beautiful for you. You have the Lovers here and the Knight of Swords. Look at that. So let's talk about what this means for you. What is going to happen for many of you, especially if you're somebody who's watching this and you're saying, you know, I'm sad. I'm sad that I don't have love. Some of you don't feel like that in the present moment because you still want clarity from this person who maybe you ended things with abruptly. But when you finally get over it, which you will, because you are working on yourself and you're really turning your focus on towards yourself and what's important to you, you still long for this companionship. This is something that you long for in the near future. And at times you do feel alone. But what is beautiful here is a lot of you are not forcing it or you're not chasing love. You are recognizing and realizing that you're going through a transformation and you're accepting it. That's what the Hermit does. The Hermit is in this accepting energy of, okay, this is my current circumstance. This is my current situation. This is what I have to accept. But When you let go, which I feel you are going to be letting go, you're not going to try to have full control over the situation. An opportunity is going to show up for you. And remember, you are abundant. You have Jupiter in your sign. Comment below, I'm abundant. Comment below, activate it. Comment below, I am abundant. Okay. So in the near future, there is love coming into your life, but it's coming into your life after you've gone through this transformation, after you've gone through this acceptance. And it's hard, right? A lot of you may say it's hard, Monica, for me to accept what happened to me in the past. It's hard for me to accept the truth. It's hard for me to accept the fact that I'm not happy or I'm worried in the present moment. And a lot of you are not going to admit this to anybody. You're not going to say, hey, I'm Gemini, I'm worried right now. You're not, because it's something that you're personally going through, right? So, once now Venus has exited out of Pisces, so it's not squaring your sun, moon, or rising anymore. So this is a good sign, because a lot of you had a lot of tension in love. When Venus was squaring your sun, moon, or rising in Pisces, this is squaring your sun, moon, or rising. So it creates this effect of difficulty in love. So in the near future, you are rushing, okay? You're rushing towards something new here. You have the Knight of Swords. This is you taking action. Beautiful. You're going to be taking action in the near future towards a new beginning. And there's going to be a lot of this warmth, light, love. And it's going to lead to a relationship. The Four of Wands here. I know what this card is, the Four of Wands. It's leading to a beautiful relationship, connecting with somebody who sees your vision for life. And this is the karma that you're going to receive. You're going to receive karma for somebody here who took advantage of you, somebody here who didn't treat or appreciate you well. Or even if somebody here just ghosted you and they didn't give you the clarity that you need, or even if you were just treated unfairly in the past, karma is going to be served and you are going to get justice for all the things that you have gone through, okay? So this is what I'm seeing for you, Gemini, for the first week of May. Let's get some advice for you. What is the advice? Okay, so your biggest piece of advice here, Gemini, is the Devil, the Strength, and the Eight of Swords. Your biggest piece of advice here, Gemini, has a lot to do with one important thing, okay? Don't get offended by me telling you this. Remember, I am here to guide you, to help you, and to assist you, okay? The Devil is here. Your biggest piece of advice here is to recognize what type of behavior was toxic in your relationships, whether that's a current relationship that you're in now or a relationship that you were in. What toxic behavior were you contributing to the situation? What toxic behavior was your person contributing to the situation, which has left you feeling stuck, alone, and feeling like your life doesn't have purpose? It's very important that you identify this. And the reason why it's really important that you identify this is because in order for you to set yourself free, which is what you are doing in the process, you need to look back in the rearview mirror. What the rearview mirror is there for is to show you where you have come from and where you're going and what you've learned from the past in order to gain the wisdom for the future. So your biggest piece of advice is to find the inner strength to tame certain behaviors that you have within yourself that contributed to a toxic relationship. Because remember, a relationship requires two people. It's not a one-way street. You cannot say that somebody here was toxic and you weren't toxic. There was some level of toxicity on both ends. So it's very important that you ask yourself what your behavior contributed to the relationship and what this person's behavior contributed to the relationship, and then find the inner strength to understand, learn, and realize what you learned from that situation, which is going to allow you to set yourself free. This is going to be a big part of your advice. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if you follow that guideline and you reflect, because you are reflecting on the near future, by you reflecting on the situation, it's going to help you to avoid making mistakes and getting involved into relationships that are not meant for you. And this is going to help you to set yourself free to move towards a situation that's actually meant for you, okay? So Gemini, this is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. Thank you so much for tuning into this, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.